There we go. Okay. I'll briefly go over the last session. You guys returned from the forest. You had a nice day building the stage, and you succeeded your check thanks to a very, very, very funny joke. Um, and because of your harrowing adventure in the night on the previous day, you didn't really have to do anything for the village. Got to the tail end of the night, whereupon we had Ivan have a strange little interaction with his mirror, um, and based on that, went to talk to Braylon about the potential burning of a field to rout out the illness that is affecting some of the villagers. Um, we're gonna kind of pick up there during that kind of night, and we're gonna pick up actually back in the tavern where Thandor, you're kind of just, I mean, you're probably enjoying your evening. I guess I'll ask you, what would Thandor be doing during this night of partial celebration?
Getting hella drunk.
Getting hella drunk. Cool. Um, so as Thandor is drinking and enjoying the night, you do see like over the course of the night, you do see Irvine is like around and about, and eventually, well, at some point as you're like sitting alone, Irvine kind of settles up next to you, and I guess we can roll to see how drunk you are at this point. Why not? Roll a Constitution for me. A one. Not very drunk. Damn. Uh, let's say you've like somewhat sobered up at this point. It's been a while since your last drink. And Irvine kind of finds you and comes up to you and is like, "Oh, Thandor, may I speak to you in private?"
Oh, absolutely.
Great. Would you love to join me for a moment outside? And then
I
he
will
will.
I will follow him out.
Cool. He just leads you like basically right to the door. Just kind of hanging around outside. Uh, he looks a bit somber, but he is also like in the night of festivities as you guys are celebrating. He's also been drinking. You kind of smell the very faint uh the faint like scent of alcohol in his breath, and he's just like, Thandor, I wanted to ask you about the troop. I had a small conversation with Ivan earlier today, and he didn't instill as much confidence as I would have hoped in me. So I just wanted to make sure that everything was okay.
Oh, of course, sir. Anything. What do you want to know?
Well, I won't lie. This isn't a very big town in the grand scope of the empire of the nation. Sorry. Um, so I was honestly surprised that you came down here upon my invitation. So I just wanted to ensure that you know you've got things lined up.
Oh, plenty of things lined up. Of course, Irvine, of course. But we just know the importance of a grassroots kind of audience and support. So we in the spirit of your teachings, your great teachings, we are we're spreading it to even the smaller populations to get a wider fan base, I suppose.
Right. Out of curiosity, may I ask where your next show is?
Out of curiosity, may I ask the DM? any town name existence.
I mean, you can make up a town name if you want to.
Hell yeah. Um, yes, our next show it is in Duncrim.
Duncrim, I see. Uh,
Yes.
oh,
You know,
well, it is.
I'm
I
not drunk.
I'd like
you
to
know the
think.
place.
I'd like to think that this might not be a real place in character as well.
Yeah.
Right, Duncrim, I see. Uh, that's good to know. I just wanted to ensure that you're doing okay. Is everything going? No issues with
Oh,
you?
me? Yeah, no financial troubles whatsoever. I don't. Yeah. No, I don't know why you'd ask.
I didn't, but I'll move past that for now. Um, is Ivan okay?
Was Ivan ever okay?
Uh, this is. I feel like I shouldn't answer this, but all I when we parted ways, I my understanding was that he was not a proficient magic user, but I sense that has changed between now and when I retired. Um, Magic is a bit of a dangerous subject, so I just wanted to make sure that there's nothing, nothing. He like well, he is fine. Though a lot of people who are come into magic uh, don't all are more excited by the prospect of using magic than the general costs of what that power entails.
Well, so far, Ivan has only seemed focused on the performance, and as a show producer, showmaster, I believe that's all I care for him to be focused on. So at this point, he is okay.
Right.
He,
Uh, I don't want. I'm not. I don't want to push my luck is not the right term of phrase, but I don't want to intrude too much. But if you could, just because uh, as a as a user of magic myself, I just want to ensure that uh, he is okay. There's nothing wrong. So if you could just keep an eye on him for me, that would be amazing.
oh, of course, I will divert my second. I already had one eye, but now I will put both my eyes on Ivan. He will
Hmm.
love that as well.
Yes, that's thank you.
No problem.
Of course, I don't want to I don't want to intrude on this on your third production. It is yours now. I am retired, but I just want to ensure that my former pupils are safe.
But of course, you are so gracious as always, and and any help you have to offer would be greatly appreciated. We we know we have taken the mantle, but you are still the mantelpiece.
That's very kind of you, Thandor. I will definitely swing by the stage and help out where I can. What is your next performance about? This upcoming performance.
Um, Something to do with spirits. I believe Ivan was finishing up the script with you, possibly,
Yes, I
or at
had
least he was
a
finishing up the script.
I
So I
had,
would think that you honestly have a better idea than me at this current moment.
but yes, I mean Ivan is quite proactive in changing the script a lot, so I was taking around different bits and pieces, and I didn't get the full picture of what's going on.
I
But
leave Ivan.
we can talk about
Yeah.
it. Uh,
Well, I will have a chat with him. I will get back to you. We'll
uh,
see what it's about.
awesome. As you kind of continue now, Felicity Zervine also like heads back into the tavern, and shit keeps going. Ivan, you were at Braylon's place. Is there anything additional you wanted to do there?
Um, I can't remember. I looked around. I'm just reading my notes. There was no purple catnip juice, but there was a purple flower bookmark. I didn't get anything more on the book itself, did I?
No, but I'll let you roll a. I'm gonna say this is gonna be a cunning check, as you kind of just stand,
Oh,
basically to hide your uh
one red eye.
hide hide where you're looking essentially as you're like in this room.
That is a 7.
A 7. Um, from the general looks of it, it is a like handwritten like journal type thing. It's like leather bound. It's very like there are scribbles and stuff. And clear like marks of like erasers and stuff.
Mhm.
Um, you can't read the entire thing because it is still quite a distance from me, but you get the vibe it's more it's like a uh it's like a how do I call it? Like a source book. It's not a source book. Basically like notes and stuff that Braylon keeps about plants essentially and their effects and their medicinal uses and stuff like that. Um, with like I think you see like uh there's like different headings essentially that you'd see from this distance of like description, location, uh, additional uses, etc.
Encyclopedia kind of thing.
Basic, yes, an encyclopedia.
Okay. A
Um,
homemade encyclopedia.
yeah, and this bookmark is more of like a it's like a pressed flower, so it is an actual flower that's just been
Yeah.
flattened.
Yeah. And it's just the one. It's not like there's a series of plants poking out of it, right?
No, just the one.
My marking different pages, okay. It's the one specific page. Okay, noted.
I don't know if
And
you
I,
like
I'm
you there could be other ones. It's just like you would need to actually physically turn a
okay.
page to see those.
Yes, okay. Oh, is the book open on the page that's
Yes, yeah,
purple bookmarked?
yes it
Okay, cool,
is.
cool, cool. Okay. Could I? Am I with a 7? Do I get to see? Do I get to take a note of any specific plants listed on the page, or is that still too far away?
I'm gonna
It's
say
the 5
no,
I'm guessing. Okay, fair enough.
unless you like actively make an effort to get closer.
Okay.
But I think that will just be a bit more
Ooh.
suspicious.
Yeah, I think it would as well. I'll come back later under less suspicious terms. And I guess the other thing I want to do is, now that I've had the discussion with Braylon about, yeah, let's burn down that farm field,
Hmm.
can I empath check Rosalind to see if she feels the same way, or if she might object in any way, or feel uncomfortable about that?
Sure. Yes, yeah. Roll a. This can either be, I think, wit or cunning.
I'll be cunning, plus empath die.
Yes.
Oh, explodes, so that's 8 plus 3, 11.
11. Uh, Rosalind doesn't have isn't like particularly nervous or like happy, I guess, in a way. It's like very much of like listening to her father who has probably better experience. Um, there's like a bit of trepidation of like burning a field regardless of the reason is always dangerous.
Hmm.
Uh, but no like particular like no explicit fear or eagerness essentially.
So it's just kind of like deferring to a authority figure, but not really having a strong stake in the matter.
Essentially. I think from what you know of Rosalind, it'd be like, I don't want to do this, but it makes, like, my father, who knows more about shit, does. So,
Okay. Okay. In which case, I think I've already said everything I wanted to say to them. I'm like, yes, yes, just tomorrow morning, if you find me, we can go to Daniel together, and perhaps we can come to an arrangement of how best to do this.
yes, yeah. I will definitely be having a conversation with Daynell. Yeah, awesome. I will. I mean, I'll be up in around 8 a.m. if you'll be awake at that time.
Yes, crack of dawn. We work. The work of an actor never stops.
Perfect. I will get back to finishing this cure off. Well, not a cure, but
Treatment.
this tonic.
Yes. And I leave you to your medicine, doctor. Have a pleasant evening.
You as well. And you gonna?
I now want to beeline it to Daynell.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I don't know if
Awesome.
he'd be in the tavern or if he'd be in his office or.
I'll say if you swing by the tavern for a moment, but don't see him.
Okay.
So heading over to his like big like, or not a manor house, but like the house that is definitely much larger than others.
Yeah, the mayor's house.
Yeah. You knock on the door, and it's a couple
Um,
moments go by.
as I tip my head in the tavern, I might, if Flynn's not up to anything, I might grab Flynn and make him come with me for emotional support because he's our resident spirit expert, and so I would trust him to help in this scenario.
Yeah, I ain't up to much. I don't think.
Flynn, I'm glad I found you. I require your assistance. I'm about to talk to the mayor. You are good at spirits. Ezra is good proof of that. I may need your help to a level-headed decision.
Yeah. Let's. Yeah, I'm down. I'm just. Let me finish up my drink first, and then I'll
No,
be
we
with
go
you.
we go now.
All right. I down a
You
beer.
can drink
Head
on
out
the
across my
way.
beer, and then head off.
Cool. As you two are walking the uh, over to Daynell's place, you actually pass by Mara, who, as soon as he sees you, Ivan and Flynn, is like, "Oh, I actually want to talk to you. Where, where are you off to?"
We are heading to talk to Danelle. What auspicious timing to have found you.
Awesome. Okay. That sounds good. Um,
What can we do for you?
I tried to talk to my dad about the body we found. I didn't mention that we found a body, just wanted to get the general vibes of if he knew anything about it. So I've not mentioned that we have the body of a wizard just in the forest. Uh,
Yeah,
but
that's probably wise.
he, well, I know one thing for certain. Uh, there are a group of wizards that will be coming here tomorrow morning.
Uh,
Um,
may I ask what group of wizards
Yes,
and for what
and
reason?
also who? Yes, why are they here?
well,
Why and who?
have you two heard about about Bolas? It was a smaller town a number of years ago, but has, with the help of the Imperial mages, I believe it was the spires or the spires or castles. I'm not sure which ones, but it very quickly became a much bigger city. Uh,
Interesting Borlas. I believe we may have done a show there at some point. It slips memory though.
yes, well, my father, for some time now, has been trying to convince I don't know which faction or of the Imperial Mages they are from, but some Imperial mages to invest in Crimdon, in the same way that was done to Bolas.
Interesting. That is mighty interesting. Thank you for letting us know.
Oh, yes, but I, well, I obviously I have that, but I mentioned I asked if he'd met with any other wizards in his time, and he said no, but I don't believe he was entirely telling me the truth.
Hmm.
I'm not like I'll give it to you at face value. I'm not always a big fan of spirits, but I'm very much not a fan of wizards either.
You're well within your right to have that opinion. Um, these are. Is this the same town that I was at before I originally was going to join the wizards fully?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I thought so. I just wanted to check. Cool. Um, yeah, we should go talk to the mayor. Avon.
Yes, there is even more we must discuss with him now. God, the
Yeah.
list gets longer.
It's never we can never have one easy show, can we? There's always
Of
something.
course not.
There was that house
But
fire
that is
back
the joy
in
of the theater.
yeah. There was that house fire a couple years ago that we had to deal with. God, it's never easy, is it?
Yes. Yes,
Why
that proven accident house fire. What a inconvenience and tragedy
Yeah.
that was.
why would you be
Yeah.
dealing with a house fire? Do you have a
You,
house?
you know why?
It was in
No,
a
it is. It,
no, it was in a town that we were doing a show in, wasn't it?
yeah, we
It
were
just
supposed
happened.
to be. Yeah, we were supposed to be staying there, and me and Thandor went there ahead of time to like check it out. And unfortunately, through sheer accident, before we even got there, I'm pretty sure Thandor will verify that. He was my alibi for not being there, and I was his. Regardless, I need to speak over myself. But yeah, the house caught fire, and so we were unable to stay there for the night, or the week really. We had to sleep in our tent, which was not convenient, and not. The people were quite unhappy with that. But again, the house caught fire, not up to code. Is anything? I've been talking too long. But yes, nothing to worry about. End of
Let's
story.
go to the mayor,
Hey,
shall
just
Yeah,
don't
the mayor.
just don't set the tavern on fire.
we?
We're good.
We would
And
never.
There was no
We
proof that that we set the house on fire.
uh-huh.
exactly. In
And
fact,
Mara
if you
just
look,
kind of
if you look
walks
at,
off.
if you look
Okay.
at calling after, if you look at everywhere we've been, we have not been proven to have caused a single fire.
I don't think she believes this. That's so rude.
So that's so rude of her to not believe us. Such truth-telling individuals such as ourselves.
I know. There was nothing suspicious about whatever we said. That
Of
was
course
that was
not.
so rude.
Those candles
It's
were
ju-
like there when we got there. I mean, we didn't get there. It was burned down ahead of time.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yes.
Shall we go discuss with the mayor what you wanted to do?
Yes, of course. It seems we have more to discuss with Mayor as well. So, but
Yes.
we cross bridge when we get to it,
Yeah.
and we get there soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
You knock on the door, and I mean, it does take like a minute or so,
Mhm.
but eventually, like, you see the mayor, who is still like, despite it being quite late, is still like in his day attire. It's not like changed. Looks quite tired. Both of them is like, oh, oh, Ivan and Flynn, I believe, yes.
And
Indeed.
that's right. I do hope we're not disturbing you.
Oh, no, I was taking a stroll anyway. Well, just about to, but uh, how can I help you?
Or would you prefer to walk and talk? We have a few matters we wish to briefly bend your ear about.
Sure, yes, of course, yes, that would be helpful. How have you been finding the village?
It has been most beautiful. On the course of the walk, I want to try and steer him towards the Watson field.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't take much trouble to like just start walking in a direction. It will just kind of trail behind you.
Excellent.
Yes. I mean, we're trying to promote our town, um, via this festival. I'm not sure if you've been through here before, but we are generally a common spot between the capital and some of the cities further north. So uh, just in the process of getting money, you know.
Yes, I was just saying to Flynn here how nice it is to have such a homely, cozy little village between such bustling, crowded cities that are really quite cramped and between friends quite ugly. It is quite nice to have this very small little sanctuary of oasis between these bustling metropolises.
It is quaint. I would say the word is.
Oh, that was the word you used. It was a beautiful word. It was a quaint word.
It's
I-
quite a quaint
Yeah,
word.
I think you can. I think you can. I don't know what his expression would be, but it's just like, that's definitely not what he wants to hear.
No,
Just like
that is
being
such a good thing.
being like he's not like offended. It's just like
No,
it's a bit like of disappointment, essentially.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Uh, quaint,
Oh,
quaint.
you've been everyone has been very accommodating here. It's been nice. Tavern has been lovely.
Thank you. Yes, it is quite quaint. I'm honestly hoping to change that soon enough.
But why ever so?
Well, I mean, how have either of you two lived in a village before, or are you city folk?
I
No,
am
I'm
from
from
village and a
yeah,
traveler.
village as well.
Yes, it is quite a nice, cozy life. A life of few of many pleasures and few vices.
Uh, yes, that's certainly the case, but I mean, honestly, I just want to provide the people here a bit of an easier life, you know? Uh, being unsure if we're gonna have enough food to last us through winter, uh, not having, I mean, Breland is great, but not having a good means to care for the unhealthy people in this town, not having the ability to or capability to deal with like any emergencies or pandemics, stuff, things like that. I don't care if we're not a large and important city, but um, something that can provide a nicer life for the people here would, I mean, is what I hope is my goal.
That is a beautiful, beautiful sentiment for a mayor to have to care so deeply about their village and their people within that village. It is truly noble. It's. Have you considered being actor? That was beautiful.
I can't
I do
say
not
that
mean
I
actor as
have.
in. Sorry, I do not mean to say actor as in your. It felt false. It felt so moving, so poetic, so
Okay,
beautiful. I could not
I
help but
You're just
picture
okay,
you
being
on
I
polite.
did.
stage.
I wasn't sure if that was an insult initially.
No, no, it is the motion behind your words. It is very moving. It is. I could see you on a stage.
That is very kind.
Quick sidebar mentally with Elliot and Cavan. Is it unethical for me to use my empath magic to brainwash this guy into wanting to stay a village? Because I have a real vested interest in him not modernizing into a city.
This is same. Questionable morals.
Especially that
Yes.
so early in the week. If
I
it,
think the answer is yes.
Well, I'm gonna,
I was
I'm,
just
I'm,
concerned
I'm gonna,
about
I'm gonna
it.
cut the conversation short here. I'm gonna say you have to decide without
Yeah,
input
I
from
know.
people of what you want to do.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay. Well, I'm not going to do it yet. It's actually out of character. I also think that
Later.
too early in the week to be making these kinds of plays. But if he's not
Okay,
modernized by the end of the week, before we leave, I might, dip my toe in that water.
Why might they industrialize in the next 2 fucking days to make a city?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, good point. Yeah, okay. I'll do it. I'll do it like at end of the week. We'll circle back to that.
We'll put a pin in it.
Um,
Put a pin in it.
put a bit in it. Put a bit in it.
Yeah.
But yes, one thing you mentioned plague. Is this a problem? I've heard the villagers talking about the sleepwalkers, the plague of you know what I refer to, the three people, Francis
Yes.
and etc. And is this a recurring incident, or is this kind of the first big incident in a while?
It's the first big incident in a while, but it's hardly unnoticed.
Of course, of
Uh,
course.
Braylon is working tirelessly, and I respect that. But if we, I don't know, if we had more of an infrastructure for stuff like this, maybe we would not be in the situation. I mean, from my understanding right now, we still aren't able to cure those affected. We're still uh, prolonging their health for now.
Yes, I believe Berlin has idea on how to cure it. It's just unfortunate that materials are very rare. But we are keeping eye out as we expedite into forest. We know to look for violet's eye, which we have not found yet. But do not give up hope. You are in a lovely location. This village. You have a beautiful, bountiful forest to the north. You have beautiful, bountiful river to the south. It is a lovely area.
I'm gonna ask you to both roll a wit or cunning check.
Both of
That's
us.
funny.
Yes.
Empath to it?
Oh,
Or is that like a cunning one as well?
I'm gonna say you can't add empath to this because it's more reactive.
what was
I'll
that?
put
Sorry.
my
Was it wit or cunning?
Oh no, you can add empath. Wit or cunning, yeah. You can add
Wit
empath.
or cunning. Cool.
Thank you very much.
I will
What's
be
that?
doing wit. If I haven't before, yes I do.
A 7.
That is and 11. That's actually very good.
11. Okay.
Whee! Let's go.
2, 4, and 3.
Both of you, I think, recognize as you're talking about Violet's Eye. There is a like moment of recognition
Hmm.
of when you in particular say Violet's Eye. Uh, well, I, I believe you had something of your own you wish to discuss. Talk to me about.
Yes, it is actually concerning this plague a little bit. Um, I believe, some of the villagers believe that the source of the plague is the Watson's field.
Yes, yes. Braylon has been speaking of that for some time now.
Yes, I was just wondering. It seems like oh look, here we are now. I hope.
Yeah, yeah. We can say that you've
Oh,
arrived
look
at
at
the field
this.
right now.
Oh, look at that!
How
Oh,
convenient.
it is such a beautiful field. It is. I just it seems like a shame to burn it down, especially as you say you are not a famine is such it can be such prevalent in these areas that to lose an entire field when the source could be otherwise stemmed, it seems like a waste, you know.
I tend to agree, but Braylon has been bringing up important points. I don't want to harm people. If this field is truly the cause of the illness, I don't want to contract more illness as a result of this festival. We
Of
are
course, of course.
risking the health of a lot of people in leaving the field as if it is the cause.
Am I correct in thinking that the people who have become ill have only been the people who have fallen and cut themselves somewhere within this field?
I think that's something you'd have to check with Braylon, but I do believe so.
I was merely being polite. Berlin has indeed informed me of such a thing. If you were not aware, I am now bringing it to your attention. Um, but that is to say, I feels like a burning of this field seems a tad unnecessary. In fact, I believe a quarantine would be more appropriate, as long as you keep the area off limits to the general public. You should see a vast. I say reduction. I believe you only have the 3 people currently who are ill, but you should see no more people succumbing to this unfortunate illness.
I must say, I think you should be worried about burning it, because if it's something that has cut them, I imagine that being a plant of some kind, burning it creates a big updraft, and that'll spread seeds everywhere, and you don't want those seeds covering the town, I'm sure. Have you had anyone of any magical prowess go out and examine the field at all, or has it just been the naturalists, the
Yeah,
botanists?
for the time being, I believe it has just been Braylon But now that you mention it, we do have some Imperial mages coming to the town tomorrow. It might be worth asking them.
Oh, is that right? Well, how come there's some Imperial mages coming to town? I thought we were the only ones that were traveling around this time.
Yes, that is the first we are hearing of this.
Well, as, I'm gonna ask you to roll a presence check, real quick, for that.
Why?
I
This is
think
the
I
first we-
I think I want both of you to roll a presence check.
Okay.
No, I got really good presents though. I don't know if that's Blim. Can I add
Oh,
actor to it because it's a
I
lie?
have
Or...
I have a single D4 for presents.
Oh
I will-
fuck!
I will
Oh,
let you add actor to it. Yes.
right. Don't worry. I'll outperform for the both of us.
Okay, you gotta have us.
Um,
Because I rolled a 2.
okay, I got an 11. Shit.
Okay.
Yes. Well, we have to improve the infrastructure, as I mentioned before. We have some Imperial mages coming down and well, inspecting the land, inspecting the town, and potentially funding this village in improving some of our homes. And we've had a big problem with wayward spirits that have been well, not in this town specifically, but in towns around Surrey have had issues with wayward spirits, and so hopefully convincing the wizards to provide some sort of wards or charms to, at the very least, keep our homes protected.
Have you solicited these charms and stuff in the past? Because in my experience, charms can sometimes have untoward side effects on the natural or the unnatural spiritual ecosystem.
Well, we definitely had some rudimentary ones provided, and he kind of gestures over to not the Watson's house, but uh, not the house, but the shop instead. That is just across. And that has a charm on it that is like it's like kind of like talisman thing that's just hanging off the door. We were provided some. This is not our first meeting with the wizards of the Empire. We did have previous discussions, and we have had some rudimentary charms provided to us previously.
I see, I see. Well, before, please stop me if I'm being too forward, but it seems you've had a medical professional and Braylon check out the field. It seems you have medical professionals, wizard professionals, heading coming tomorrow to check it out. But it seems like it would benefit greatly from some spedical professionals, such as me and Flynn here. If we could quickly check out the field, and that way you have all bases covered, and you get a more holistic approach and solution to your potential problem.
Uh, that would be kind of you. I will be speaking to Braylon about this in the morning because he has very slowly and warily convinced me to consider the idea of a controlled burn for this field. How about you? I'll
Maybe
talk to.
maybe we come along to this discussion and we can potentially we don't have too much going on in the morning now that we've set up our
Well,
tents
we
and
have a
everything.
lot going on all the time, always, Flynn.
Well,
You
we
may
could
speak,
take-
of course, but we can take time
we can
for
take a little break, I'm sure. We need some
Yeah.
fresh air.
for the good of the village. We can sacrifice some of our very very valuable time. But yes, it is of no concern. Do not worry.
Yes,
To
well,
come and take
I
a
bel-
look.
I believe a portion of your payment to staying in the tavern you're staying in is helping out. So we can consider if you join Braylon tomorrow in investigating the field. How does that sound?
Flynn, do you have any objections?
No, that sounds good.
Perfect. Then I
That'd
will.
be fine.
Then that is perfectly amenable. Because yes, I do agree that it would be a bit hasty to act so quickly on burning this field. Like my computer, like my spectacle expert Flynn says, if you burn the field, it could create whatever is plaguing the field to become airborne through spores, and or you then you may have an airborne virus on your hands, which is much more hard to quarantine than just a field.
Well, I will let you know at this point in time. I'm more towards the burning of the field. Uh, even if we can't root out the specific cause, I would rather avoid any potential causes. Um, this investigation is more so a formality, but if it is discovered that whatever is causing the illness is definitely not from this field, uh, then we can stop the burning.
I I understand. You are the mayor. This is your village. Under perfectly reasonable. I appreciate the opportunity and the formality.
I'm gonna ask you to roll another. I'm gonna ask you, Ivan, to roll another wit/cunning check.
Hmm.
Yes. Is it empath or is
It is
it?
empath.
Um. Well, it's not very good. What is basic maths? 6.
I think as this also kind of borderlines on you being an actor.
Mhm.
There is a very like you get the feeling that uh Danelle is being very like he's being very forthcoming with his intentions, but is still masking like what he actually wants.
Mhm.
Um, so he's not lying by any means during this conversation, uh, but there is a you can tell when someone is specifically withholding information, but still telling the truth.
Yeah. When someone's withholding for the second and third action, I know it well.
Now, Dana, what time are these mages coming to town?
They
That
were
is tomorrow, right?
That is, it is indeed tomorrow. They are coming in the well, they were supposed to come in the morning, but I have received correspondence that they will be here later in the day.
Oh, all
So
right.
I believe around 2 or 3 p.m.
Okay.
Uh,
There've been no other visitors for I don't know in to check information at all recently, or are they just coming on one day?
not recently, but I guess that's how you. It depends on how you're defining recently.
Um, I, I mean, I don't know how you define recently other than recently. In less than a year, I
Next
guess.
couple of weeks.
Yeah.
If we're talking less than a year, then yes, there have been wizards here and there. But if we're talking within a couple of weeks, then Uh, not, not especially. I think it was last month. The last wizard was here.
May I do like a wit check on that or something?
Hmm.
Okay, I'll try a wit check. Uh, let's see. Where's my other D4? Ah, come back. Oh, there it is. That is. Oh, that's a 6.
6. Um. Once again, you don't. You don't think he's. You don't really think he's lying.
Okay.
There's just that. There's like a. I think it's very similar. Of like you can tell he's withholding information, but he's not like he isn't lying when he's saying, "Oh yes, I've not seen a wizard in a month."
Okay, he's not seen them. Okay. Uh, right, fair. Um,
Right. Well, while this grilling is happening, can I quickly check his hands to see if he has like if he's just blatantly wearing a ring, or if he has like marks or like tan lines where he would have taken a ring off for him. Then.
Yes. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this doesn't really require a check. You can definitely see rings on his hands. He's got a couple. So he's got like on his right hand he's got like two gold rings. And on his left hand he's got one gold ring and then one like silver shoe ring.
Okay. What shape is the silver shoe ring?
It's not like super. It's not got a gem in it. It's just kind of got like a nice like kind of stylistic carving on it.
And what is that stylistic carving like?
Uh, it looks it looks to be a language that you don't recognize. Just kind of uh how do it is just a language that you can't read essentially.
Okay.
But
Does it seem at all familiar to the square silver ring that I saw the person fleeing from the Watson field had?
It is. I mean, it's similar. It's similar in hue because it is silver, but at the distance you're at when you were like when you saw the ring at the field, I don't know if you would have seen too many details, so you can't like match it based on that. It is similar in coloration, though, just because it is silver.
Yes. Is silver or is it Florentum? That's a weird question to just suddenly ask him, so I'll come back to that later.
Right. It's I mean, that's a lot of questions. I mean, um, I invite you to join the my conversation with the wizards tomorrow. I plan this. I plan for like to gather the village to discuss like some future plans. So I've not determined explicitly, but I want to kind of almost cast a vote for to see if the villagers are interested in having the wizards help around, and I might exclude you from the vote specifically, but I invite you to engage in conversation.
Yes, of course. We will be able to bring forth things we discovered from the field.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Oh, perfect. I will send Mara and Kieran with you. Kieran is
But of
his
course,
son.
yes. Oh God.
Just for safety in case it is something dangerous.
Yes, of course. That is very, very kind of you. We very much appreciate your generosity and your patience with us. We apologize if we do seem very inquisitive. It's just we like to know we like to know the villages we pass through. So apologies, we seem to be grilling you.
That is completely fine. Are there anything else regarding the village that you would like to talk about?
Less about your village and more about I just wish to. I don't know if you've had a report yet about our expedition the other night. How we got the Dave-lion mushrooms. However, when we were doing so, we did come across the spirit of Crimson, the guardian spirit of the river. The village used to worship. Are you familiar with them?
Yes, it is a story passed down. Uh,
Yes.
although I've
Um,
not seen, I don't believe the spirit has been seen for quite some time.
yes, it does seem to be very reclusive. It did not take kindly to us trespassing upon its land. So I just wish to make sure you are aware of that. That the spirit does seem to be hostile. However, it seems only hostile when provoked. So if you could just let your villagers know, maybe not to sway too far into the forest. Just to make sure everyone stays safe and secure. Just so you are aware of the situation on your borders, if you were not already.
Yes, Mara briefly talked to me about it, but
Excellent, excellent.
I will heed your warning.
Oh, thank you. That is, I believe, all I had to say. Flynn, you are the medical expert.
Uh, I think we've covered most things. We'll check out the field uh, tomorrow morning when we've got a break from setting up. Yeah. Y'all.
Well, this was a very pleasant talk. If you do have any other questions regarding the village, you can always come to me. I can't promise I'll always be awake at this time, but other times I'm completely free to talk about things.
Of course, of course. I wish to thank you again for your patience and your generosity. If there's anything our humble troop can do to help you around the village, please do not. We know you know where we are at.
I'll say at this point you've kind of trailed back towards Danel's house. And he as he kind of heads in, he shakes your hand, Flynn. It's like, good evening, and then kind of heads off.
Right.
Can you not shake Ivan's hand?
He does not shake Ivan's hand.
I'm a filthy half-blood. I'm a filthy half-spirit.
So he's a racist. I'm gonna
He
burn his
is.
house down.
I knew it. I knew the town was
Well,
racist.
his house is gonna burn down next to
Yeah. Fortunately,
not no reason associated.
fortunately, our streak of not committing arson continues. And unfortunately, unrelated to that, his house will burn down, which is it's just a tragedy, really.
No, Danelle, not your house.
No.
He was so nice and racist.
There was a water spirit just outside, but unfortunately, he just didn't want them to help for some reason. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, it just burned out the ground.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Can't wait for that minute. Stay now, racist.
What do you mean he was talking to you so kindly the entire time?
Yep.
Alright.
So why are
Ivan, you up to much this evening, or do you want to come back for a drink to the tavern? I think we.
Oh,
I think we need one after that.
I have finished all my business. It is time. It is time for merriment. We have finished the stage, Flynn. That is monumental.
It is. Oh, it certainly is. After the failure of the day before, it feels good. It feels good.
Remember a couple shows ago when it took us until the day before to set up the stage, and we had to half of the show ended up being improv instead of following the script. That was.
Oh God, yeah. I remember someone threw a rotten tomato at you, and that was just rude.
Was that a rotten tomato, or was it a bouquet of tomato flowers?
I think it was a rotten tomato, but I mean, you can beg to differ.
You know what they say. You say tomato, I say tomato.
It's the same thing though. Unfortunately, your accent don't change what it is. Now shall we get a drink? It's on me.
Let us get through. Quick question out of character about how did we get this job in Crimson? Was it through Irvine, or did we have to approach Danelle and be like, hey, we're the troop, are we allowed to set up in your village for a couple days?
It was through Irvine to some extent. Essentially, Irvine kind of sent an invite out, and then you would have to the communication with Danelle would have happened.
Yeah. So Danelle knew that we would have had to communicate with who is a spirit blood. A spirit blood run troop with other spirit bloods in it is going to be at his. So why did he let us? It's going to be a big assassination attempt. Interesting. Okay, we'll deal with this later.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So we'll head for a drink.
Yes. First one is on me, Flynn. Thank you for always being a good old reliable Flynn. Thank you. I apologize for interrupting your merriment.
No, of course. There was an interesting conversation with the mayor. We should probably discuss some more about about his intentions with this town.
I agree.
I can tell you might have a couple issues with the burning of the field, and I'm right behind you on that. Do you know much about the Imperial Mages? I don't know how much you know about them. How much I've told you.
I'm afraid on the road I have not really encountered them very often. It is a gap in my knowledge, as it were.
Alright, the higher ups, they're pricks. But
is that not always the way?
Yes,
except in the case of our theater troupe.
Yes, of course. Other than that, yeah, obviously, yeah. But no matter what they are trying to claim with the mayor, they always have their own intentions. With the town that they're coming from, yeah, there used to be a tiny village until they came up. And they keep it very well hidden, but they have dark intentions in that town. Maybe the younger mages they don't know, but anyone higher up, they they do they do fucked up shit to spirits. Which I mean, I told you I left them, but that's why I left them. That's why I have Ezra with me right now. Um, so I imagine they're feeding the mayor some real nice little stories about what they're gonna improve the town with. But I imagine they're gonna be using it to exploit spirits around here and do some shitty research. And for the betterment of this town and the region around it, that wouldn't be ideal.
I could not agree more. I'm gonna roll a con check to see how drunk Ivan gets.
Yeah.
That's a 2. He gets quite drunk. You see,
I'll
Flynn,
join
it
you on
is
that.
yes, Flynn.
Uh,
You know, I have secret I tell you and I tell no one else, not even Thandor. Thandor, you are
Oh,
most
oh.
welcome. He stood right behind me as I talk about this. Um,
I'll go on.
village Daynel mentioned Borlas.
Yeah.
That is my home village. I grew up in Borlas when it was still in a tiny little village, and
Oh
then the
shit.
mages come and they
No
build their
way.
salt fires and they deforest whole huge swathes and they drive out the spirits and I was there when it was quickly modernized and me and the other spirit lords it became a very hostile environment from us. So we left of our own accord. We were not chased out, not physically at least. But yes, it is. I have not been back to my not village, my city, I suppose, for many years now. I've stayed on road.
God, I haven't. I'm sorry. I had no idea.
No, I do not talk about it often. It is past, it is history, and I have not been back in many years. However, I do. If I could save this town from that fate, I would do all I can to do that.
Yeah,
So if you have bad feeling about wizards, I have bad feeling about wizards, and I have bad feeling about future of this town under wizard control.
definitely. We'll check out that field tomorrow.
Yes.
And whenever those mages get in, I don't know whether they'll know. It's been many years since I've left, and I didn't leave on the most amicable terms. But I think for the most part, we've been traveling a while, and we've not been. They haven't harassed us too much. I imagine at this point they try to ignore me. But now that I'm here and they're here, that there might be a little bit of potentially some tension. I don't know.
Let me make this perfectly clear. You are best special effects guy the Lesterman travelers have ever had. If anyone
Thank
if anyone has issue with you, they have issue with entire troop. And if you wish
them.
to fly under radar, as it were, we are actors. We have disguises. We have costumes. We have all sorts. We can make sure that this is not an issue as we physically can. However, you should not have to disguise or costume yourself. We shall make sure that any wizard has an issue with you is wizard that is not dead because we're in a public space and I don't want that to come back to haunt me. But this
Yeah,
wizard
let's
is
not do.
not
Yeah, no
concerned.
murdering, but we'll keep it on.
No
Keep it
murdering.
on down low.
Again, our streak of not murdering people in villages we pass through is just as high as our streak of not committing arson in villages we pass through.
We would never.
We
Uh,
would never.
I hope
The
we talk
courts
about.
have never proved it.
I hope we talk about the arson. The court's just loud enough that the next table over like glances. Um.
The next table of fellow troop members, I'm sure.
Oh, of course. Um. Yeah, we'll check it out. We'll suss out what's going on.
I think you hear like the table over just being like, I thought that was fake. Who've clearly bought into the lie that you kind of said.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you
And they continue to believe it's fake because it is fake.
Yeah, we had nothing to do with that town.
Yeah, we had nothing to do with that. Me and Thandor did not make it to the house before it burnt down. We both corroborated that.
Yeah, that's all I've heard.
That's all anyone's ever heard, because it's the truth.
I think
For
you
he's a jolly good
guys-
fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow.
Yeah, you guys kind of continue the night. Maybe not too late, considering you have to still wake up quite early, but
No, we'll probably call it though.
you have an enjoyable night where the troop is actually quite happy after a successful check. The morale is definitely improved. And unless there's anything you want to do before you head to bed, we'll get to the next day.
I don't think so. How far away is the woods again? They're like right next to us, aren't they?
The woods are right next to you. The place that you went in the woods, like with the Guardian, would be a bit further away.
Okay.
But the woods, like in general, are a bit next to the village.
If I were to travel there and have a look around now, just in the woods, would that give me like an exhaustion?
I would say so.
Okay. I'll I'll leave it for now. I'm not too fussed. I
We
will head
got
to
the
sleep.
silver cage, right?
Yeah, we did get the silver cage.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
Yeah, it's now a clock.
it's currently at
Yeah.
your stage area.
Excellent. I'll work with that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Also, other things to do this evening. Nothing specific, but I do just generally want to bother Thandor at some point. It's like, there was major success, Thandor. We did great. Things continue to be great. You are great. I am great. We are great. Great, 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 great.
Yes.
Perfect. Exactly how I wanted that interaction to go.
Hey, that's the entire interaction.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
yeah. It was nothing specific. I just wanted to bother him.
Okay.
Well,
Awesome.
Jack wanted to bother him. Ivan doesn't know he's bothering him.
Okay.
Very fair.
You have a nice rest over the night. And you awake to a bright morning. Regular morning, nothing too fancy. It's still not raining. You've not really seen any bad weather since the night in the forest. It's cloudy-ish, but not like it's not like covering the sky. It's still a very bright day. I think we awake, and you guys, the tavern itself isn't far from like the center of town, so you guys awake and hear a bit of a commotion outside.
Oh, no. Well, Ivan wants to investigate. He needs to look amazing first. Can I use magic to quicken my getting ready in the morning and looking fabulous routine?
Uh, yes, I'll say what. How long does this usually take you? Like, how long
It
would
usually
getting?
takes at least an hour.
Okay, so just roll your magic dice.
I don't. One.
A one. It takes you 50 minutes.
59 minutes.
But
If
it's
I know
not.
it, yeah. If I'm noticing, yeah.
I
If I'm
would
noticing
say.
magic isn't helping, I will. I will unfortunately look a mess in order to investigate the commotion.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I don't care about looking a mess. I'll look jewel because I'm not on stage.
Yeah. If you guys, as you guys kind of step outside.
Mhm.
As you kind of step outside, you see like essentially a notice, like almost like a bulletin board, like notice, by Danel's house, basically just being, there will be a controlled burning today, at the Watson's Field. This has been
What
agreed.
the
There isn't. That's kind of the main pit. In smaller writing, essentially, just being like, a more thorough investigation will be done, uh, and there might be a chance that this doesn't happen. But to the very big text and the very like, oh, this is the eye-catching bit. This is like the heading of the newspapers. Like, there will be a burning today.
a bitch.
These are some very choice
Sorry. I
words
said
in
that out of
this
character. That bitch. That fucking bitch.
script.
You see some of like the people in the village with their like children nearby being like, language.
Sorry. My apologies. I'll keep it tame. I'll get some soap.
Oh, but curva. Oh, Flynn, we have no time to lose. We must investigate field immediately.
Yeah, Field Danelle. Let's go. God
Awesome.
damn it, we
Thunder.
need to set up today.
Yes?
Yes?
We may need your help in case we run into issue in an investigation. You are big strong muscle man. You come with us and be big strong muscle, correct?
Okay. Whatever you
Excellent.
want.
Thunder. Thank you, Thunder. Always trustworthy. Always believe you.
What's going on?
Who is Gazelle? You're in charge.
Yeah,
And then run and leave.
yeah.
What's going on? Wait, who did you say?
Giselle,
Was Giselle the real big,
Oh,
the big dude?
Jezebel, right?
Oh,
Jezebel.
Jezebel.
Michael is a big dude.
Oh, Michael's
like
a big dude.
Jezebel, I believe it was, is the old like goat
Oh.
kin person.
very elderly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay, what's going on?
I've already run off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm following close behind.
Yeah, you see that like there's definitely some people in the village that and some of the people who like the vendors who've kind of started setting up are like there's not a massive crowd forming, but there's definitely people just like going up and talking to like the Watsons. But you see like they're kind of being cordoned off and then you see Braylon and Kieran and Mara just kind of briefly like talking. They've got like it's almost like leather armor on, but it seems like it's been like kind of customized and retrofitted to just be like general protection of everywhere on your body. Basically like it's resistant to just being slashed and stuff, like very very basic resistance. And there are a couple more sets of this leather armor kind of just currently just laid across the fence. And as you kind of rush over, they see Braylon like kind of turns and is like, "Oh, hello. We were waiting for you."
Hello. Apologies. We were waylaid by a crowd of people outside Daynell's house, but we have arrived.
Yes,
Yes.
Daynell
This-
mentioned
so-
that you'll be helping us investigate.
Yeah, this was significantly earlier than expected. I believed that we hadn't come to an agreement, or they hadn't come to an agreement of burning the field yet.
Well, yes, I mean, we definitely do need to still investigate, but well, all I was told will be investigating the field today, and if we did find that the field was the root cause, we would be, after precautions were taken, be doing the controlled fire.
Interesting.
Well, let us hope it does not come to that.
Uh,
I want
yes.
to, yeah, as we approach, as he says you'll be joining us, I want to reach inside my jacket pocket and pull out basically Doctor Who psychic paper, and I just want to use my actor magic to make it look like a prop that's like spectacle professionals.
Roll a. I'm gonna.
Presence?
I'm gonna say roll a presence.
Mhm.
Yeah, roll a presence check, and you can add your magic
Excellent.
to this.
Excellent. Yeah, because it's prop work. It's very, very good and clever prop work. Oh, that's excellent. That's 15, 16.
Are you showing this to Braylon?
Yes, I'm sure it's brilliant. It looks like just a full-on like ID badge that just says spectacle professional Ivanovich Lukinja.
Okay, so
Wheat Field Division.
initially you see Braylon taking this seriously,
Mhm.
and then you see his eyes kind of glance over where it says spectacle professional, and he's just like, okay. Right, well, that's pleasant.
Are you
Bra-
ignoring his title, sir?
Daynell mentioned that the three of you would be helping us look into this, so I'm guessing that's what this is.
Yes.
We
You
have.
are
with-
here
with the-
as the medic.
With the professionals.
Yeah, the special forces, if you were.
Yes,
The special
Right.
forces.
Right.
that's what they call us, anyway.
Yes. And you are the medical professional, and then I believe later in the wizard Wishel forces are showing up. hopefully she'll be sorted long before they arrive. But we shall see.
Yes. Well, yeah, Danielle mentioned that you'll be helping us, so we were able to fish these out of storage and kind of hand over the almost basically leather suits at this point. Like leather, almost like hazmat suits, but without like the whole helmet part essentially. Um, these are for you, Thandor. We don't fully have your size, so this is the best we could do, and it's slightly smaller than what you'd probably need, but you can squeeze in there if you tried hard enough.
Perfect.
Um,
Before putting my suit on, I want to investigate it to see if it has any if it has any faults in it, and if I do find any faults, I want to definitely check for sabotage.
sure. Roll a. I'm gonna say roll a wit check for this one.
I'm not very witty.
Difficulty I'm
I
gonna
don't
say
think
is
being an actor and
6.
well, I can't get that. So, but I got a. Oh no! Oh! I got a 4. Can I spend 2 adversity tokens to make it a 6?
Ooh.
Excellent. I will do that.
That reminds me. From the conversation of last that you had with Dana last night, you both gain 1 adversity token, but I'm not going to specify
Ooh.
which roll caused it.
Ah,
shit.
interesting.
He's a rat.
Hit
I
some-
now have written in my notes. Daynell is a rat bastard. So I just want
Oh,
I just want everyone to know
yeah,
that
I
I've
think I
got
know
very
how-
important notes.
Yeah, I think I now have 2 tokens.
I have 6. I've been rolling a lot. Most of those
So you rolled a
failed.
6. From what you can see, there doesn't seem to be any like intentional sabotage. You do see like kind of not. It's like half-handed stitching of like this was probably like old leather armor that has been just kind of stitched up with other leather to make it a full suit. So you're not. I don't think you don't see sabotage, but you're not like 100% convinced that this is going to be like the best protection in the world.
Alright, fair enough.
It is the quality you'd expect in a village essentially.
Yeah.
Is Daniel around?
Not at the moment. I'm not sure where he is. He could potentially be back at his office, or he could be preparing for. I know he mentioned we might be having visitors later today, so he might be preparing for that.
Ah, alright.
So we can talk to him once we have discovered evidence. Once we have completed field, and we can make reports to him.
Yeah, he tends to think of these visits like as almost an audit, so he goes around telling people to be on their best behavior. Right, take these as well, and he hands each of you like a this like rudimentary mask that is that you surmise would work effectively like as like a breathing thing to like um kind of on that note of like there might be spores and stuff of like if you breathe anything in this will help to some extent.
Oh, good.
Alright, so um Mara and Kieran here will be helping us out. They'll just be around about just ensuring that we are safe in case there is anything dangerous around here. You see Mara, Mara gives you like a nod, and then you see Kieran, who you briefly saw, I think, on the first day, but he goes up to Thandor actually, and he's like, pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure indeed.
Ooh, nice handshake. I am Kieran. I think we briefly met, but I am well, Mara's my sister, Daniel's my dad. Um, if you ever need a warrior of any kind, you can always come to me.
Noted.
Notably, Karen is probably one of the only other people in this village, aside from Mara, that you see has a weapon.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well,
He's
shall we get started?
yes. Braylon's like, yes. Rosalind will just be ensuring wind speed, wind direction. We're not going to catch any. If we do continue with the fire. We're not going to catch anything else. So it is safe to do today. Other than that, the three of you, I'll be in there with you, but please be careful. Um, this might be dangerous, and obviously you will have the risk of potentially contracting the same illness as the other villagers.
May I ask, are there any bandages around that you might be able to lend us?
Yes, and you see you see Rosalind kind of again with like a very big backpack of like a ton of things, and like pulls out like a essentially a first aid kit of like health wise we should have things covered. We do have
Okay.
some additional vials left over from yesterday of the well, not cure, but the medicine that you guys were able to procure for us.
It's medicine. It's medicine.
Yeah, the Spitson. Please use the right term. Thank you.
Yes, it is. It is best to be clear when discussing these things.
But it does wonders to be clear. But as I had last heard, they were from people falling in the field and getting like stung by something on I don't know where, but it was like a plant that might have stung them. Correct?
Yeah, they had almost like scratches around like essentially where their legs were, and Francis had some around his arm because he fell into the field.
Okay, I will. I'd recommend let's take some of the bandages and just wrap up some of our legs just to make sure that they can't get through as easy. In case there are any spikes on the ground, they won't be able to pierce us too bad.
That is, yeah.
See, this is why you are a medical expert. Flea.
Exactly.
I'm glad we have you on side.
Now, regular medicine, I'm not as good at. Spedicine, who boy?
Well, that's why I'm glad we have Brainell here to be or Braylon here to help us with the medical incidents.
But yeah, I'll take some of the bandages and like wrap up like the gap between trousers and like sock and things to make more of a seal.
While we're doing this, can I have a quick hushed conversation with Flynn, like we're tying our shoes but with bandages?
Yeah.
And I'm like, are you able to send Ezra to Spirit Guardian of Crimson and see if they have the capability to change wind direction? Because if wind direction becomes unoptimal, it may delay the field burning process. If they cannot guarantee the safety of their fields.
That is a very good idea.
I'm full of good ideas. It is why I am in charge of the group.
I was going to send Ezra a little bit further to scout away anyway. I'll send him off. I'll ask him if he can do that.
Yes, of course. I don't want to put too much on the little spirit. It might be, if this does not go our way, it is good to have backup plan.
He's a strong little guy. He'll be able to do it.
Excellent.
Right here. Legs. Everyone's legs fully wrapped up. Feeling good, secure, safe.
I have not been this wrapped up since Spotify.
I do not know what that is, my friend.
Spotify is the last play we did. Remember, Flynn, when we did it with mummies and wrapped up bandages.
Oh, of course, the musical, wasn't it? That was the one.
Yes,
yeah. Of course, that makes sense. Of course, why didn't I think of that?
The first and last musical we did.
Yep.
You see Mara kind of follow suit with you guys, but Karen, who very clearly seems like the very like egoistic, it's just like is kind of just doing like kind of air practice with his weapon, and has not wrapped himself up further.
What are you doing, sir?
Just getting ready.
I can see that, but evidently you are not ready. You want to wrap up your legs? I imagine you don't want to get stung by this thing, no?
Well, I should be fine. I have thick skin.
That don't mean nothing. I promise you.
Excuse me, Kieran, was it? I think you'll find that I'm gonna reach inside Flynn's inner like leather pocket and pull out the same psychic paper stuff I use for my own thing, and I want to again change it so it looks like a medical expert with Flynn's face, and then underneath it says special division cutting your legs.
Roll just your magic. No, roll your presence. Roll your presence.
Excellent, thank you.
May I be able to help him with that?
How are you helping?
Yes.
He's
when I-
posing for the picture on the ID.
I'm doing the same pose that's in the picture.
Okay, tell me the rest of the
Wait, like, on
presence
the
check.
pictures is me with a big like thumbs up in the shot.
Okay, that's a 12 from me.
Okay.
You can also roll a presence check, Flynn.
Okay, can I just like add it onto?
Yeah,
his-
this will be an add-on to.
Okay, grand. What was it? Presents. Okay.
Yes.
That's a 2.
So what was
14
that?
total.
14. Um. Oh, didn't realize I was in the presence of such I don't even know what the word is.
Which
medical
medical experts around here?
Yeah. It says so on the card.
Yeah, if you use your eyes and do a thing that we know around in the biz is reading, that should tell you all you need to know. So before we head off, wrap up your legs, because I don't want you getting like turned into a weird zombie guy, and I'm sure you don't want that either.
you as you mentioned like reading, it's like he's like reading. Yes, I've got it. I will listen to you, spectacle experts.
Thank you kindly.
And will wrap up the bits of him that are exposed. Probably like kind of wraps up his neck and goes a bit too far and is a bit.
Oh yeah.
You're perfect, even better,
Good.
honestly.
He's extra safe. He's safer than the rest of us.
Yeah, he wrap ups his face, his eyes too. Can't see.
Brilliant kind of comes back up at this moment. It's like, how do you want to do this? We could break off individually or break off into groups and conduct a search.
I feel like it is best not to be off individually in case something bad happens. Splitting off into pairs seems reasonable.
Yeah, how about head off into the center as a group first. If we ain't find nothing, then split off into at least pairs, if not threes.
Awesome. So, well, quite keenly, Mara and Karen are going to stay on the outskirts to start with, but the three of you, including Braylon, can head towards the center of this field. And as you kind of do, at this point, for the investigation, I'm going to say you guys can choose what attributes you want to use. You just kind of, in some way, have to explain how that attribute applies to this search.
Okay. In order to help, I'll ask Ezra if he. Ezra, do you sense anything spiritual around here? And if you do, could you point us in the kind of direction of it?
Cool. I will say that would be a knowledge check, and you can add your spirits dice.
Okay. I will do that.
And then Ivan, how are you investigating?
I don't know because I'm not very physical. So unless I can say presence and that me being there is a net benefit as an extra set of eyes. But no, unfortunately, how would I use my agility? So I guess agility. I'd be, oh no, is that agility?
I rolled an 8, by the way.
Could I use will and not because Ivan has a very short attention span when he's not the center of attention. So could it be something like I'm just seeing wheat, and he doesn't just immediately give up after like 2 minutes of seeing nothing but wheat for the future for the time being?
Sure.
Excellent. Will. That's a 7.
7, and then Thandor, how are you searching?
Vanna's just looking around, just mass searching. Not really. He's just getting the job done. He doesn't have a massive hand to play in this, so it's just his speed at like going through the field. So I'm guessing agility.
Yep. I will. Yeah, that works. 4.
Alas.
Okay. Cool. As you're gonna get to the center, there isn't actually there isn't much you notice just on the way there. So you get to the center and Brion's like, pairs then?
Seems wise for helping us cover more ground.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I am happy to pair up with you.
Sounds good. And you kind of continue as you kind of break off into like the groups of 2. Flynn, as you're kind of communicating with Ezra as you kind of look into this field.
Yes.
I think what you get from Ezra is a sense of danger. And Ezra, like very specifically, despite like like bees that kind of tend to go near plants and stuff like that, Ezra is very very like uh, reluctant to get too close to this field. Um, and there is definitely something spirit here. Um, and as kind of Ezra guides you, you notice just past all of like the wheat that is here, you see like these kind of thick green vines just kind of running along the floor.
Okay. Interesting. Do they look like they have thorns on them?
Where you're looking, they do not have thorns on them.
Okay. Thandor, let's follow this little vine. I have Ezra's given me warnings of danger, so do be on your guard. I'm worried that these plants may start moving potentially, and they might like thwap us with some sharp thorns or something. So do be on your guard.
On it. Watch out for flapping plants. Understood.
May I like use some magic to like touch the plant and then have it kind of have like a vague kind of glow to see where this like vine leads off to, and see if I can see it in more detail hidden under the wheat.
Yes. I think. Yeah, I'm gonna. Ooh. I'll just say that this is a. This, in this specific case, would be a presence check, and you can add your magic dice to it.
Presence check. Okay, not great. Presence first. That is a 1. And then magic. That is a 4. So that explodes.
Mm-hmm.
5, and then another 2. So that's a 7.
7. Awesome. As you're kind of focusing on this vine with your magic, I'm gonna quickly move to Ivan. You're kind of going through with Braylon, who's being a bit more thorough than you, but as you're kind of going like wheat, 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 and then you see a burrow, almost like an animal has dug into the ground within this field.
How big is the bird? Can I kind of get a gauge about how big the animal is that would have created it?
I would say, how would I define this? It's the circumference of like a can of like Pepsi or something.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And that
How does
isn't
that compare to the size of a black squirrel?
of a black squirrels would be much bigger.
How was that compared to the diameter of a Coke can?
Ooh, good point.
Ooh, it'd
Or is
be,
it about the same?
well, it depends what kind of can, but it would be about the same.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's not just because I
Just
have
wait,
a
are we
Pepsi
talking-
can in my hand.
Oh, okay.
Okay, are we talking 330 milliliters of Pepsi, or are we talking
Yes,
180?
330, like the bog standard
Okay.
can.
Grand.
Yeah, that changes my mental estimation.
I changed the game here.
And as you're kind of
Um,
looking towards this burrow, you see a faint glow.
Oh, I'll send. Would I be able to send a message to Ivan? Is he close
Uh,
enough?
I I think I think I let message be a thing, but I'm gonna say message isn't a thing. So
Okay,
it
that's
would be
fair.
more like just you would have to call over. Like you're not that far away, so like if you just speak loudly, Ivan would be able to hear you.
Okay, I'll shout over to him. We found some weird vine shit, and Ezra thinks there's danger, so be on your watch.
I have also found burrow. Do be careful if there are small critters around the same size as a tin of beans.
Okay.
These are so do be watching out if any critters were to bite you, perhaps.
All right.
And I will call Braylon over. Well, I'll call out in response, but I will call Braylon over just to see if he's encountered any critters, that he thinks could have created this as the resident apothecary / herbologist.
As a resident critter guy.
Braylon kind of comes over and is just like, as you ask him about that, he's just like, I mean, we do have some animals in the area. We've got wood mice who tend to burrow, as well as prairie dogs. I feel like prairie dogs are a bit larger than this hole, though. So my best bet uh, would be a wood mice, but I'm not entirely sure. I've not seen many burrows near the Watson's farm before.
Did you say that something was glowing inside the burrow?
Something was yes.
Um, Upon being told that the only real animal in this area would be wood mice that could fit this inside this burrow, and I don't really fear the bite of a wood mouse, I think Ivan might, get down, checking to make sure there's no brambles under where he's about to lie down, and kind of stick his hand in, see if he can find out what's glowing down there.
Cool. As you go and reach over to do that, um, Flynn, you focus your magic and like this. It's all kind of hard to see because it is obscured by the wheat that is around you. Um, but the vine that you've touched like starts from where you've touched it just to like radiate outwards and begins to have like a yellowish glow. Um, you can see one side kind of veering towards where Ivan and Braylon are, and then one side that just goes like basically in the opposite direction, continuing into the field.
Okay. Which way do you want to go, Thandor?
I don't know.
Oh God. Oh. Let's follow it quickly to. We'll see if we can meet up with Ivan, and then we can both follow the new path.
Indeed.
So, as you
Okay.
begin to trail back off, Ivan, you're sticking your hand within within this burrow, and it's quite a hard fit because it's not like your arm would be quite thick in comparison to this burrow. But as you're kind of reaching inside, you feel it would be a feeling that kind of resembles it, like you're touching a flower.
Hmm.
Is it flower or is it pixie again? Having had an experience with flower-like pixies less than It wasn't last night, was it? Oh no, less than 48 hours ago. I will kind of like, I'll take my hand back, and not grab it in case it is a living thing. I don't want to distress it.
Okie dokie. As you kind of pull your hand back, there's no immediate resistance as you're able to like fully reach. You're able to fully take your hands out of this burrow. As you kind of look back inside, you are able to see like it's a yellowish glow, but like from in front of that yellowish glow, within like where you can see in the burrow, there's like this yellowish flower. Yellowish flower, and it has like very occasionally like it almost looks like stains, but there's like bits of just like where it goes towards a purplish color.
Ooh. Did we have Violet Sight explain to us what it looks like so we know what we were looking for when we were looking for it?
Violet's eyes are like a very small flower that grows off a weed. That is completely that is, as per the name, violet in hue entirely.
I see. Okay. Raynell, Braylon, apologies. I see flower down there. It is yellow. It's about this big. It has purple stains on the leaves. Does this match any flower you are familiar with?
You see Braylon, God, I'm doing it now. Braylon, like kneel down and also kind of look, and as you look back to the flower is closer than when you previously saw it. And Braylon kind of just continues to feel like, uh, I've not seen a similar flower in the area before. It's completely. You see him pull out essentially that kind of encyclopedia that you saw the other night, and it's like he kind of does like a flick through, and it's like not something I recognize.
Perhaps this would be of use of further study in case this could be the cause of the blight.
Are you are you good to grab it, or do you want me to go grab it?
You are the apothecary here. I do not wish to risk damaging the subject if there is a particular way to deflower a flower or de-root a flower from the ground. If I can help in any way, please direct me. But I believe I will leave the grasping to you.
Okay. Braylon gets fully down and starts kind of reaching over into the burrow. And this is around about when Flynn and Thandor kind of meet back up with you.
Oh, hello, Flynn. Hello, Thunder. We have found flower.
Oh, I see. Is it fun looking? It's just flower?
Very
It is
pretty,
yellow. It
Ivan.
glows slightly. It has purple staining on the petals. If that means anything to either of you, it is interesting.
I made a vine glow to try and track it a little bit more. I don't know if it leads to that flower. May I take a look?
The vine that you were tracking does you see it kind of lead into the ground, kind of like a meter or so away from where you've met up with Ivan again.
I would recommend maybe not grabbing that flower just in case. I will direct that to. Oh God, I can't even remember her name now. It keeps changing. Braylon, not Braynell. That's Daynell. Braylon.
Daynell.
You see Braylon. Yeah, you see Braylon kind of is in the process of reaching in and is like, what was it? As you hear like a tear.
Oh, you fucking idiot!
And I would like all of you to make an agility check for me.
What was that? Nature check.
Agility check.
Oh, agility check. There isn't even a nature skill. What am I talking about?
Look, I don't want to sound horrible, guys, but if Braylon dies, we still have Rosalind as an apothecary, and that's one less anti-spirit voice out here. So,
That's true.
you know, accidents
Oh.
happen.
I rolled a 4. Not very great. Not very good.
I rolled a 7.
77
yeah.
4. Okay. So, as you hear that kind of tear caused by Braylon, you feel, I mean, you see a glow beneath you, Flynn, as this vine, like as you predicted, moves, uproots itself from where you saw it dig into the ground, and wraps itself around your foot and trips you over.
Ow.
You, sorry, the names I forgot. Ivan and Thandor, you kind of are able to notice this and step back, kind of reflexively. As you also see Braylon is wrapped in a vine and pulled like towards the ground. And as Flynn, you fall over, essentially you see Mara and Kira on the outside kind of shout and be like, "Hey, what's going on?"
Flower, vines, evil. No, not evil. Don't know yet. We cannot make moral judgments on a flower yet, but it is currently
attacking
waylaying
us.
us.
As they begin to rush in from where from where the vine kind of uprooted itself, you see this. You do see almost like an animal dig its way up, like from where this vine was, and you see what is similar to, it's like a wood mouse, but the vines that have latched it onto you are growing out of the mouse. The body of the mouse is decayed.
Ooh.
From
It's
where
like that mushroom that parasitizes like ants and shit.
potentially, from where it extends out the mouse, you see the coloration of the vine is actually like purple, but very quickly transitions to the green that you noticed. And along this mouse, like around this mouse's body, you see the similar flowers that you just saw, Ivan, kind of extending only from the body and not from like other parts of the vine. As it grabs you, Flynn, we're gonna head into effectively a combat. And what we're gonna do is we're all gonna roll a d20 to determine order.
Ooh. Oh my god, D20s. I missed you.
I'm using your d20 to count my adversity tokens, so I've not missed a mess.
Oh, that's a good idea. I got a 6.
I'm full of good is. I got a
Oh my god.
10.
Ignore the fact
Fine,
that
guys.
says Flynn.
Oh, why do I have one?
Yeah,
Why do I have
ignore,
one?
ignore that was me rolling by accident. So
Flynn got a
Oh, is that
6, a
for
1, and a
is that
19.
for Braylon?
the 1 was actually for Mara and Kieran. The 19 was
Great.
for Braylon.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Well,
good.
Braylon.
At least
Still
Braylon can
good.
pull his arm out before it's ripped off over.
Yeah.
So Braylon was a 19. The next highest after that, what did you get, Jack?
I got 10.
10. So I think you're actually next.
Hell yeah. From 19
Damn.
to 10. I like to read this story.
Ivan, which is 10. Then what is the next highest?
7. Oh no, 5.
What'd the vine get?
No, 6.
That is true. I've not done the vine. Who got the Flynn got a 6.
I got 6. Yeah. And then Thandor got 5.
Flynn 6, Thandor 5. And then Kieran and Mara at a 1. The vine then. Jesus Christ.
Hell yeah.
Oh damn.
Fuck that vine.
Hoo-hoo-hoo.
I'm gonna say, since it is close to you guys, we'll go before Kieran and Mara, but is also.
Ooh.
That
Wow.
makes sense to
That
me.
makes no sense.
Okay,
Mhm.
as this pulls down, you see Braylon, who has kind of been dragged to the ground. It one of his arms is just stuck in that hole. The other he reaches for a dagger and begins to try slice at the vine that has pulled him down. But he's in the process of doing that. He's not going to immediately succeed, so he's just in the process of trying to break himself free. Not very easy to do in the position he's currently in. You then see, then it's you, Ivan. What is your immediate
Okay.
reaction?
Immediate reaction is to it probably would be to help Braylon. So I think I'll run over to Braylon, and we weren't given like weapons or anything, were we? Or like we won't like carry daggers or anything with us, right?
What would Ivan carry a dagger with him?
I know, yeah, he was a hunter, so yeah, sorry, I would have a dagger with me, especially since we're going to a field with unknown potential threats. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have a dagger. Right?
I say you'll have like almost like a survival knife or like a hunter's knife.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Of course, highly decorated, it probably looks better than it like would actually be useful as a knife, but it gets the job done in a pinch.
So are you just trying to break him free as well?
Yes, I think I'll help Braylon in putting himself free.
This is gonna be a strength check.
Holy. Okay, 1d6. Doable. Could I argue I can add magic to it?
How are you adding magic to it?
That's what I'm trying to think. Because it'd have to be like empath magic, which is using to apply, or it'd be Oh, yes. I don't know if this is a spirit yet, and then whether or not it's a similar situation to the whatever it is. Can I use empath magic to try and do as little damage as possible? Like it's as clean a cut as possible. If I could like somehow stem the bleeding at the same time, like it's if I was to do it in acting terms, it'd be like a prop knife kind of thing. I'm just like doing not much damage but getting the job done. I'm trying to minimize harm and suffering. I'm just trying to like cut it loose, and if it can like not cause lasting damage to the vine afterwards, that'd be nice.
I'll say you can do that. It will just make it a lot harder in general.
That's fine.
So I'll say the difficulty which would to break out Braylon, which was just a 5 initially, is now going to be if you're trying to minimize damage, I would say you'll have to get to 10.
Okay. That's doable. I just likely need to explode. Which I didn't. That's a 3.
A 3. So you kind of I think what your how would your magic manifest? I think it's just like you try to understand where this creature would be hurt the least. And as you're kind of in the process of trying to do that, you see the vine that's holding Braylon down, like a part of it just moves and like shoves you, and like just swipes at your feet, and you don't fully fall over, but you do like lose your balance as you can't actually get enough grip to break Braylon out. As you kind of do that, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say Flynn. It is your turn. What are you gonna do?
I'm definitely gonna cut my way out of this vine. With my sword, if I can get to it.
I'm gonna say your sword still like I don't think you've had your sword out, so it still kind of rests in the hilt that you would have.
Yeah, it would still be in its scabbard right now.
Yes, so you would be scabbard. That's the word. So you would be able to just like pull it out easily. I'll say it's still a strength check, or you just have to beat a 5.
Oh, okay. I need to actually redo some of my skills.
I mean, I think you have swordsmanship as well, so you can.
Oh, that's true.
You can add that as a d4.
Okay, thank you. I will do that. I'll do my first strength one first. That's a 3, and then swordsman die is it's a 1, so that's 4.
A 4. Okay, so I'll say is you don't like manage to completely set yourself free.
Yeah.
You kind of with your sword stab into it, but you'd have to spend a bit more effort to fully like get through the entire thing.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna have a quick look to see if I can see any thorns or spikes or anything like that that might be around on the vine, or potential sites that spikes could like shoot out from, maybe.
Yes, I'm going to say I don't think that will require a roll.
Oh, okay.
Kind of around where like that transition of purple to green, where the vine is purple from the body of this creature. You do see effectively like thorns, but they kind of seem like overgrown. So this like plant is specifically trying to harm.
Okay. I'll point that out, just like shout that out to everyone to kind of stay away from, or try and stay clear of the actual like rat or mouse body, and that like region. Uh, I think that's all I can probably do on my turn if I'm still stuck.
Yeah.
Unless I can talk to Ezra, but I can save that for next turn.
Cool. As you kind of are still in process of kind of lifting yourself up, we'll move to who's that? Oh, it's Thandor next. Yes, we'll move to Thandor.
Yeah. Fandor managed to dodge the vines, right?
Yes.
Okay. He will go run to Flynn and try and help pull the vines off Flynn.
Cool. I'll say a strength check. You're just trying to beat a 3.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Awesome. Um, with like the tear that Flynn's sword had like initially caused, you're able to like fully just rip this vine. But like you're able to rip this vine, Flynn. You're free, still like on the ground, but as you kind of rip it out, you see both like kind of sides of this now torn vine. Both of them retreat towards the like into the ground.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Thandor.
No problem.
Also, you can do something else as well, if you want to.
Honestly, I have no clue how to progress in this situation, so I will go. Any ideas?
A little help over here. Braylon arm is risk of being taken off.
I will run over and attempt to help.
Cool. Also, you can make this in the same round, just because you helping Flynn wasn't too much of effort for you specifically. So make another strength check for me.
I'm sure this one will go just as well. If it went exactly as well.
So you manage to like again with the all like tears that Braylon had initially caused, you managed to basically just pull the vine and tear it against his like this like garden knife kind of thing. And are able to free Braylon. Again, still on the ground, but he is free to move. Similarly, that vine, the vines kind of just retreat away and continue to move despite the tear. And that I think covers your turn. As that kind of finishes, you see the little like what a creature that can only kind of be defined as like an undead plant. You see that the body of this wood mouse, who I believe Ivan, Thandor, and Braylon are all in like the same kind of area.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you as well as Braylon to make a Constitution check for me.
I am rolling 4s and nothing but 4s.
Consistency is key.
Mm.
What did Ivan roll?
Oh, sorry. Ah, shit.
This man is going to roll a 4.
I rolled a 3.
Awesome. Okay, so all three of you, you see this creature now in a bit more detail as it scurries up to like this group that has formed. Actually, I think all of you might be within the same area, but I'll say because you two are exclusively helping Braylon, this would only cover you guys. This creature has like one particular one of these like yellow flowers that is much bigger than the rest. And you see it like kind of retreat almost, and then bloom outwards, and it does so kind of sprays this like yellow like powder, and the three of you immediately feel like, you know the feeling when you stand up too quickly after lying down for ages?
Mhm.
You kind of just get a very strong, like very like immediate feeling of that. But at the same time, you can tell that even though the masks you're wearing aren't like very professional, if you didn't have those on, it would probably be much worse. So
we
as
did succeed the check.
you did succeed the check. Well,
Oh,
actually, to be more specific, you failed the check, but thanks to your masks, you have still been able to like maintain some composure.
okay. Easy.
So effectively, how this will work is on your next turn, you will have just like a negative 2 to your checks.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's rough.
outrageous.
So as this like spray of yellow powder kind of hits you all, you see the creature like uh, similar to how you've just realized that the masks have saved your life. The creature like has basically you sense a form of intelligence being like also understand a similar thing. Um, as it kind of remains stationary there. Um, Beyond that, then, it is Kieran and Mara who are basically just going to spend their turn getting to you guys in the field, and kind of put their backs to you, kind of face outwards, like ready to attack, and ask you. Mara will ask you like, what's going on?
Undead rat, plant parasite thing. Watch out for spores in air. Yellow flowers bad, green vines bad, mice potentially bad. Be on lookout. Watch feet.
Uh, yeah, I see as you say that they kind of look down and see the one that is just next to you, and like, I see, and then get ready to attack it. And at that point, we're going to move back to the top of the turn order, which is Braylon. Braylon is not a fighter, and has just been disorientated. So Braylon kind of spends the turn trying to get up. And she's like, what is it?
Unclear. I will verify if it is a medical emergency quickly.
Awesome. And that's kind of just Braylon's turn. He is not built for fighting.
Is
So,
that little bitch.
followed by that, then Ivan, what are you doing?
I wanna empath magic scan to see if it is a medical emergency. I wanna see if it A is a spirit, B if it is similar to the spirit parasites I'm already aware of, and C figure out if it's, again, is this creature lashing out because it's afraid, or is it lashing out because it intends to harm and we are its prey?
Yeah, that's what I was going to do it time as well.
Cool. I will let you roll that check. I'm going to say, again, you can pick attribute that might reveal slightly different information than like a different attribute would give you.
Ooh.
Essentially, are you trying to understand it, or are you trying to kind of glean knowledge about it, essentially?
I'm trying to understand it. I'm trying
Okay.
to figure out. I want to see where it's coming from. Again, is it attacking out of, oh, we've trespassed on it, like on its, like what it perceives as its property, or is it, oh, we pray to it and it's just hunting us?
Roll a composure check for me then,
Oh, hell yes.
and add your empath to it.
Yeah. Oh no. That's a 5.
No.
A 6 and a D4. Heartbreaking.
That is
Oh,
unfortunate.
that is tragic.
I want to know this. I would throw adversity tokens on this. Do I get to know the DC, or do I just have to guess how many adversity tokens to use?
I'll say the very base information would just be a 5.
Okay.
Cool.
If you wanted to glean more information, it'd be like you'd have to hit an 8.
I will spend 3 adversity tokens and hit an 8.
No,
Okay.
these.
So what
Yeah.
what were your questions specifically again?
I guess in order of priority, are we its prey, or is it afraid? Then, is it a spirit? Is either the mouse or the plant a spirit? And then C is no. Okay. Order of priority. 1, is it attacking us out of fear, or are we its prey? 2, is this at all associated with the spirit parasites I'm already aware of? C, is the plant a spirit? Is the mouse a spirit? Are neither a spirit? Blah blah blah. What is the spirit layout on this creature?
For your first question, this thing is not afraid. It is like a cat stalking prey. It very much hateful and wants to kill you because that's kind of its directive.
Noted. Piece of shit.
Parasite, yeah.
It's a rat bastard! Finally! My arch nemesis.
In terms of the parasites you are aware of, it is in fact very similar, if not maybe the same.
Mhm.
And in terms of the layout, what you kind of glean is that the mouse and the vines are all part of the same spirit.
Okay.
It is one entire spirit. But I don't know if since you were going from more of an understanding approach, I don't know if you glean up more information than that.
Okay, that's fair. I just wanted to quick scan. What is this creature's motivations? What is it? But yes, I'll maybe do more later. I will relay all of this to, especially Flynn, because I know Flynn is also sympathetic to spirits. It's like, nope, evil spirit which seeks to do harm, simple predator. We should terminate it.
Yep, I assumed so. Good
Possibly
plan.
related to parasite and illness in town. So do watch out what you breathe. Sorry, should I spend 2 more tokens because of the -2 to because I breathed in some of the spores?
Yes, that would be the case.
Oh yeah.
In which case, I have this. I have 3 tokens left. That's 3 more. I think of this.
I'll also say because you went for the understanding approach and with your your spending your tokens to get to 8, the only reason it didn't attack you immediately is because it's mostly like
It's like a stalking predator.
it's a stalking predator. It kind of understands that it needs to grow a bit more to be more of a threat to things that are specifically trying to track it down. It very like easily went for like the 3 other people who have been affected by the parasite because they were easy targets and you didn't seem like as easy of a target. Cool. I'm gonna say beyond that, as you're kind of you are spending the time to understand what this is. Flynn, it's your turn.
Okay, this big flower, is it above ground or is it in this little tunnely bit?
The big flower is essentially growing out of the creature, so it is above ground at the moment.
It is above ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
The creature does have multiple other flowers on it. It just has one that is bigger than the rest.
I am going to, I'll get closer to it, but go in from like the opposite side from where the other group is, so I'm not like in a big group with them, and I'll attempt to cut it down with my sword.
Yeah, give me an I think agility or strength, and then add to your swordsmanship.
I will definitely do agility. That's my goal. I'll roll 2 agility first. That's a 1 and a 3 for 4, and then swordsman is another 3, so that's a 7.
Awesome. I'm gonna say you manage to you don't manage to entirely cut off this like big flower, but you do get the most of it. You do see like the base of the flower, I guess is how I describe it. The base of the flower
Yeah,
still
yeah.
remains, but you think at the very least you think you've effectively stopped it from spraying out. But like essentially the stores of that spray are still like on the plant or on the creature.
Okay, cool. Is there much? I don't know how like action stuff is working for combat. What else would I be able to do much else on my turn?
I'll say what else do you want to do, and I'll say if that would have to wait till the next round.
Um, Potentially if there's like, um, oh, I'm trying to think. Maybe attempt to like sever some of the vines that are between like the main rat or the main like mouse body and like larger extending vines, maybe to cut off some of its movement.
I'm gonna say that would need to wait till the next round.
Yep, that's okay. No
Uh,
worries.
but I think what I will say is I want you to roll a knowledge check just based on what you were told by Ivan.
Okay. I will do. Would I be able to get Ezra to give me a hand in it to see if
Yes, you
uh
would.
like Ezra to get a read on this thing of whether it is just like this is just an aggressive spirit.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. So knowledge. That's 3 and a 1 for 4, and oh, the spirit dice was a 4, so exploded.
Nice.
That's 8 and a 2 for 10. 10 total.
Yes. Essentially, what you get is that this creature is purpose built to cause suffering.
Cool. Yeah. Don't hold out on it. Just kill it. It ain't good. It ain't good for the people, and it ain't good for the spirits around here. Just kill it.
It's effectively analogous to like a very invasive species,
Yeah.
with the amplification of it being a spirit, which makes it a lot worse.
Yes. Okay. Um. Oh. Last thing. When we were last in the woods, I gave one of those the Ferentum daggers to. It wasn't. I don't think it was Braylon. It was the other one. I think.
It
I
was
think
Mara.
Mara.
Mara, yeah. Would I assume I would have. I didn't specify, but I assume I would have asked for that back afterwards, like on the way back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
I'll. I won't do anything. I've had enough of turn, but I'll just make sure I have that, if that's all right.
Yes.
And to clarify, out of character, was word built deliverant this creature seems designed, or is in just like in the metaphorical sense of nature through evolution built this creature to be a piece of shit?
Ooh. I assume
I
like
will.
spirit
I
evolution.
will have you roll a cunning check for that.
Okay.
Ooh. That's a
This is Jack rolling cunning against the DM because I really didn't like the word built when you said
yeah.
it.
That's a
But
good
if
catch.
we're dealing with chimera spirit natural bullshit,
I
I'm
mean,
furious.
that actually, you know, that's not so
Um,
obscene.
that is a 5.
Then I'll say it might be a bit of both.
I hate that.
Those fucking mages. God, I hate magic users.
Why would they? Oh yeah, okay, just a byproduct of an experiment gone wrong. Okay, okay, I can buy that then if it is the mage's fault. Why would the mages want to create like predator spirits? Again, if this is an invasive species, if the mages are if the mages are behind it, it could be someone or something else. If the mages are behind it, this reads more as a experiment gone wrong than
Yeah,
a
war
designing.
creatures, or they placed it
Yeah.
here to get the mayor to agree to their terms more.
Oh yes, perhaps. The mages are in there. Ooh, fascinating. This is going in my notes. Can't wait to lose sleep over this.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know this, so whatever.
Cool. After Flynn
Technically, you
then.
do know this. I don't know this.
Yeah.
And it was your expedition that led to the word built.
True.
Right. After Flynn then, it is Thandor.
Um, Vandor is going to take kind of some cloth to kind of cover his hands and then try and grapple
Ew.
the creature's like vines to restrict its ability to move
Ooh.
slash escape.
Okay. Yeah. Roll. I'm gonna say this can be strength, will, or constitution.
Just double check what I
Uh,
have the highest.
just to ensure what one of your skills means. What is demeaning? Sorry, deceiving
Deceiving
demeanor.
demeanor. Um, that's my ability to kind of appear either less smart or more strong than I am.
Okay. Okay.
That's
Okay.
fun.
I won't say that will apply in this case then. Just wanted to make sure.
You have like a muscle suit on.
5. So, as you kind of go to, I would say like, so you're trying to like grab the vines to restrict movement.
Yeah.
Cool. So the 5, you're like, there are vines in, well, because they have been torn, there are vines in many directions.
Mm.
So what you're able to do is kind of restrict the vines coming directly off the creature, but there are still like some vines around.
Yeah.
But you have like successfully grabbed this thing. It is not like the creature itself is quite small. The vines coming off it are like start small and kind of grow larger exponentially as they kind of branch out. But you manage to grab it, probably crushing some of the flowers in its like around its body as well at the same time.
Mm.
Awesome.
Quick, go for the little rat bastard in the center.
Cool. Followed by that, then the it is the vine now. I think he's just immediately gonna try to counter you grabbing it, and he's gonna fully try to, I think, just lash out in general. So I'll say uh, Thandor, Thandor and Flynn. Flynn, you are actively attacking a vine, right?
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, so is it kind of as the vines like just within Thandor and just around you kind of lash out violently and randomly? I'll ask you to both make either agility or constitution checks.
Okie doke. I'm gonna make a constitution check
You're trying to beat a 5.
and to beat a 5.
Meets
That
it
is exactly a 5.
Awesome.
Is it meet a 5?
Meet to 5, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Meet
Otherwise I
or
would
beat to
spend
5, yeah.
capacity. Cool. Alright, I got
So
exactly 5 now.
yeah, the vines like lash out, just kind of hitting your armor, so it does like sting, but nothing like nothing that won't go away like after a minute or so.
Okay.
So you don't like take active damage. It's kind of just stuck there for the moment. So that's all the vine's gonna do. You see then Kieran, uh, in like a bit of a foolhardy way, kind of slash at the creature. Uh, not catching anyone in like his slash, but it gets like very close to where some people are standing and just kind of slashes downwards, and manages to he doesn't manage to cut off anything, but manages to basically knock the rat like slightly further away from people. And you see Mara, who uh, is about to go for the rat as well, notices that Braylon is still basically on the ground struggling to get up, and instead like grabs him and begins to like uh, move him away from the creature as well. And then as we kind of turn to the next round, you all kind of notice around you in the field, there's like basically you can see movement beneath the wheat, in like all in separate parts of the field, like two separate parts of the field. And as those bits like rustling wheat get towards you, that is where we're gonna stop for today.
Ah,
Oh, the bastards!
the spastards.
The
Those spastards.
bastards!
Those
There
spastards.
definitely won't be more of these creatures.
What?
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. It's
No.
the infestation. But, okay, so
Ma-
realistically, would burning
Maybe
the
they got
field
a point with burning the wheat. I'll be real.
No, because think about it. They're under the wheat, so like, why would burning the wheat help?
That's true, unless they're feeding on the wheat as well as
Nah,
parasites.
nah.
Oh.
They're feeding on people.
Yeah,
That's-
the people that are running like carelessly through the wheat fields, like Theresa
Yeah.
May.
Well, while running naked through the wheat.
Yeah.
Wow, what rambunctious
The most
fellow.
naughty thing they've done in this village.
How
I
cheaply
believe
the
it.
village.
This village vote story. You heard the mayor.
Obviously. Now that I've met the villagers, I'm like, why are we doing a show here? Why is
Ariane,
Irvine
is
here?
this village Tory? Or is it Reform UK?
What is Reform UK is a bad one, right? It's
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
UKIP,
an even
right?
worse
UK.
form.
Yeah,
3.0.
yeah,
It's the rebranded UKIP, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
Well, it would be like 50-50 on Labour and Tories.
Okay.
Uh,
Good to know. They're a swing city. They're a swing town. Good to know.
Daynell would definitely be Tory, like trailing off towards UKIP or Reform UK.
Okay.
What a bitch.
Yeah.
Now I know that. We're
Unfortunately,
gonna
And I
kill him.
think Braylon would be a centrist.
Yeah, that seems
I'd
about
try
right.
that. Unfortunately.
Anyway, thanks for letting us know the political stance of town.
Still good
I also
guys.
can't wait. I really hope
Really?
that the flowers don't remain a problem after we detach them from the wrap, because I really want to create like a little bouquet and wear it on stage. Because I currently have the pixie flower that they gave me, and then if I can get like
cute.
if I can get a spat flower, then I'm like, that's two flowers. And then if we come across any, and then if I get a violet's eye, oh my god, I can have like a little corsage to wear for the performance, which would be great.
That would look
That
so fancy.
Ivan's